welcome to my channel. My name is Martine, and if you are new here, I do videos on Vedic astrology mainly, but also with some tropical insights, and I focus on both relationship and natal astrology. And if you like this video and you would like to hear more content from me, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out my video description. I will leave my contact information there. Thank you. And thank you once again to everyone who has subscribed. And just as a reminder, the best way to support my channel for free is to watch as many ads as possible on my videos. So thank you for doing that. And this is going to be, as a video introduction, this is going to be in continuation with the Descendant through Signs series. And this is going to be on Descendant, or the 7th house in Sagittarius. Descendant, 7th house is the same thing. Descendant is a tropical term for the 7th house cusp, which shows your spouse archetype. Okay, and once again, as a disclaimer, bear in mind that this is a general description. In order to get a better picture of what your spouse archetype is supposed to be, please check out my playlist on the spouse archetype in the natal chart, partner archetype, or something like that. I have a bunch of videos there talking about all the different spouse dispositors, so you can go ahead and check that to learn a more detailed description. And also, again, if you're interested, I offer a consultation that is specifically on how to understand the spouse archetype in your horoscope, and when to find this person, etc., etc. And yeah, but this is a disclaimer because this is going to be a general description. And yeah, it could be influenced by more powerful positions in your chart that contradict some things that I'm about to describe. Okay, so also as a reminder, I'm going to be looking at the general spouse characteristics, the general characteristics of their personality, what things they might be interested in, potential hobbies, potential gifts that you might give them, what they need to be happy in a relationship, what line of work they might be in, and also, last but not least, what their physical appearance might be like. Okay, so the spouse is going to come across, so if you have 7th house in Sagittarius, your spouse is going to come across as a very tolerant, broad-minded individual. He or she will also be most likely wise, well-educated. Again, of course, you also have to look at other placements, but with 7th house in Sagittarius, most likely the spouse will have a college education or above. Worldly, this person is very experienced, most likely. They love to travel. They will be optimistic and jovial. Okay, they will also be interested in things like philosophy, learning about foreign cultures. They will be interested in learning about religion, the higher, the meaning of the universe, the meaning of life, all the deep philosophical questions. So in other words, they will be interested in things like philosophy, for instance, even if they're not necessarily working in this line of work. The partner will almost always have a smile on their face. They will have a good sense of humor, and they will definitely always appreciate a good joke. So that's something you can count on. The partner, like I said, is very likely going to be adventurous, outdoorsy, as well as philosophical, and interested in continuously broadening his or her horizons. Okay, this is another thing. The partner most likely will appreciate a partner who can understand that they need their space, they need their independence. It's not that they tend to philander. Most likely it's not like they're going to be polyamorous necessarily, but they will need their freedom to pursue their interests on their own sometimes, and they will understand that. They will need a partner who understands them and gives them space. However, they will also appreciate a partner who joins them in their adventures, of course. So they will appreciate a partner who, likes to go hiking and all that stuff, like traveling, especially in nature. So not so much, cultural or, city areas, not so much, more like nature, more like challenges like hiking, climbing, that kind of thing. Sagittarius is especially actually connected to things like heights. So things like even paragliding, stuff like that, they will be interested in. You can expect that, especially if you have a really strong Sagittarius influence on your spouse archetype. To keep him or her happy, you need to, like I said, give this person a lot of freedom. They also just generally hate any attitude of jealousy or possessiveness on the part of their partner. Okay, so they will be free-spirited. They love to roam. They really hate being bogged down and tied up to one place. They can be a bit of a globetrotter. You can, of course, to keep them happy, like I mentioned, you can always offer to take them on some kind of an adventure outdoors, some long distance travel. They will love hiking, fishing trips, anything involving wide open spaces. They could be involved with teaching, public speaking, religious institutions, so they could be religious leaders, spiritual leaders or guides. They can be involved in the justice system, lawyers. Also, they could be involved with publishing, writing, travel, higher learning, philosophy. Just some of the things that they could be involved with. Physically, these people will tend to be tall. They could have a tendency to gain weight, especially with age, but they can also lose weight just as easily because they tend to be quite athletic. They can also, but they can gain weight because they tend to be self-indulgent. Facially, they will tend to have an oval face. They will tend to have very nice teeth. And again, don't take this to be offensive necessarily, but I think I mentioned this before. Whenever you see Sagittarius or strong Jupiter influence on the physical appearance, it tends to indicate a kind of, quote, horse-like face, or like a person who has this kind of really very oval, almost oblong, elongated kind of face, and they will tend to have these really nice teeth, like, that are also pretty strong and have this big, broad smile, okay? So, for the most part, it's a good thing because, it's a nice appearance to have. Makes a person look very optimistic, very jovial, okay? They could, when it comes to, again, physically, yes, this, like I mentioned, okay, they will tend to be tall. With this placement especially, you will tend to attract a tall partner unless there's like a really strong influence saying otherwise. And tall, of course, means above average, depending on your regional position in the world. Of course, to get a more detailed image of what your partner's physical appearance might be like, you would need to see more, especially on Jupiter in your chart, but also some of the other partner dispositors. And also potential gifts that you could give them, like I mentioned, okay, so it could be anything to do with travel. It could be like even travel guides to particular countries, things to do with foreign cultures, books on philosophy, books on religion and spirituality, or practices like Reiki, meditation, so on and so forth. And also just things connected to the sports that they might practice. Like, depending on what sports they like, they will love sports gear or anything to do with, like, like camping gear, stuff like that. Those are the kind of things that I would expect they would enjoy. And also, of course, courses on subjects that they might be interested in. You can buy them courses. They will generally love to study. These will be continuous students in life, okay? So, yeah, this is pretty much all that I can mention. And I hope you have enjoyed it. And once again, if you have, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. Thank you.